What's going on, people? This is Market Omega back at it again with another weekly recap. I'll be going over the trades from this week, so without further ado, let's go. All right. So this week it's been pretty good. Just to start off, I'll talk about the market. So we've actually seen the market going up. The market has been on a tear today. I think we're at one point we're actually up about 1%, which is really good. Now, if you guys have been watching my previous videos, I basically just said, I actually think the market is going to break all-time highs either at the end of October or around the first half of November. And sure enough, we're actually on pace. We're actually exceeding the pace to hit all-time highs probably before the elections. So, you got around this time, right here. This is when Trump had announced that the stimulus deal is off the table. He's no longer negotiating with Nancy Pelosi and Democrats, and he's done, and there should be no negotiation till after the elections. And then all of a sudden, the market pulled back, and everyone was like, "Hey, we're probably gonna go lower, blah blah blah." And he came back again and said, "Hey, sorry guys, the deal is still on the table. As long as I get a good deal, then I'll sign off on it." And we bounced right back, and now we've actually broken this level. So a few weeks ago, actually about a month ago, I've been talking about the market. I'm like, hey, look, I think we're still going to break all-time highs. I mean, regardless, there's no way we're going to fall and break this, this level right here, probably go to like the 318s. I just didn't see that happening because if we had broken this 318 level, I would have gotten really scared. But we literally bounced right here off like the 320s and then recovered. And now we're heading back on our direction. So I think that the market is going to continue going up. We're going to break all-time highs, and then we're going to keep going. We're just going to go up. I actually took some calls. Let me see here. Where was that? I took some November calls right here. So I got the 370s. So where's that? So I got the 370s call, and I'm in at like a dollar. I think it's like $1.40. I have to look, but yeah, I think we go up. I think this then is going to continue onwards. So that's that. Just to recap some of the trades that we took this week. Standout trade. Let's see. That was WWR. Let's go back. This was on the 5th, by the way. So WWR. Let's see. That's the 6th, and this is the 5th right here. Okay. So let me see if I can condense this a little bit. So it's not that difficult to see. Okay, so if you take a look right here on the 5th, I actually took a trade in WWR, and let me show you guys exactly what I was looking at. So I think this should be much better right here. Okay, so now I don't have the pre-market high. I don't have the pre-market trades. Okay. So I think this is much better. All right, so I basically took a trade here, and there was a certain pattern that I saw that made me get in, and that was a triangle formation. So if you take a look right here, so I was watching this, right? And sometimes I take trades before market opens, and what that does is it allows me to have a cushion on the day. So that, when the market opens and I'm trading and I, take a loss or something like that, I'm still going to be green on the day. One way or the other, I'll probably either break even or green on the day, or up by a small amount. So that's pretty much, I was watching this in pre-market, and if you take a look right here, this is a triangle formation. Let me do this right here. This is sort of like a rounding bottom in a way, but if you look right here, so I saw this. It was coming up, and then at this point right here, it's making a series of higher lows and higher lows. Right, I kept watching this, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this for a break. Now, I knew that coming into the open, a lot of times the stock will pop and break pre-market highs, and shorts are gonna try to hit it right back. So, I just kept watching it, and sure enough, that's what happened. They hit it right back, and when it fell down to this level, I was watching the tape, and a lot of buyers stepped in around here. I just kept watching the tape. There was a bunch of buys going off, and it kept holding moving averages. And as soon as it started popping back up, I went long. So I got long right here, and pieced out of my position on this spike, this morning spike. So that was WWR. That was pretty much it. This pattern right here was beautiful. It's a beautiful pattern. Now, obviously, it wasn't like the cleanest because, if it had broken this level, this 5 level, and held above it, that would, it'll give me more confidence that this trade is really strong, but it got hit down. And, but I kept watching it, and I saw the tape, lots of buyers stepped up, and the bids kept getting refreshed. So, I just knew that was recipe for a pop, and sure enough, it just started coming back up, so I got long. So that was the WWR. This is a pattern trade. This is a nice, decent pattern. You can actually see. You can actually do this right there. You can do that. All right, so that was WWR. The next one was PPSI. So PPSI, I took that on the 6th. So PPSI. Let me get that for you guys here. 1 second. So PPSI was a nice pattern. So take a look right here. This is where I got long. If you look at this stock, right, it got rejected at the open. A lot of stocks like to do that. The short sellers that try to short it on the pop. It got rejected. It came back up, and it formed this higher low right there. It's like an ABCD pattern. I like to call it like a double bottom with a higher low. Whichever one. I could use it interchangeably. But this right here, as soon as it was forming this higher low, I was watching it, and then boom, I took a long right here in the 340s and got this move. I could have added over this 350s to get my my average like 345 with higher with a higher share size. But I got long 340s, and then it popped, and then pulled back and continued. That's like good follow through right there on this move right here. This is a pattern. This is like my favorite pattern. It's right there. If you take a look right here, this pattern, this pattern that you're looking at, I love this pattern. So I got long right there, and then I took another trade. I think I took another trade right here. Let me see, right here on this double bottom. So right there, you see it? Boom, W. Got long right there. Boom. And you get like on this break, it's 426. It went all the way to like 6s. I mean, this is ridiculous. Such a clean move, and I like when stocks do that. Clean move, no fake outs. It just pops, continues onward, pulls back, gets bought up, continues onward as well. Those are like orderly movement stocks. I like stocks that do that. Okay, so that was PPSI, and then I also took POLA, and I think I was on the mic when I actually took POLA. So POLA, let me see. I took a loss on POLA, right? So POLA, I was watching POLA, and I was watching how the stock was trading. And I liked the movement. It just kept holding this. It was holding this, moving averages and forming higher lows. And I was watching it, right? And if you take a look right here, this is sort of like the pattern that we saw on PPSI, but this was like a much bigger pattern. It's like a double bottom with a higher low, right? And it's a break of this level, that should have given at least a close to a point. yeah, I was thinking this was gonna break this 470s and like pop all the way to like the 570s level because it had a lot of room, had a lot of room to run. So it just, I was watching this. I actually wanted to get long around this 468 level right here, but I mean, for some reason, I got carried away, so I ended up getting long at 470s. So I got long right there, popped up like 10 cents, and then came, and I was watching it thinking, okay, it's going to consolidate for a little bit, and then boom, get some momentum for further move to the upside. But that's not what happened. It basically chopped and then fell, came up again. I was still holding it, thinking, okay, this is the time it's going to go up, and you know, I'm going to make the move that I actually wanted. But no, popped up, and then whew, came down. So I stopped out on this trade. I think I lost like 30 cents on it or something. So this is a failed move. I lost money on this one trade, but you know, patterns don't always work. They don't always work, right? But when they work, they work. Okay, so that's why I like them. Patterns are universal. There's a pattern in a 1 minute. There's a pattern in 5 minutes. There's a pattern in a 20 minute. There's a pattern in a daily, weekly, monthly. There's a pattern in the universe. There's patterns everywhere. You just have to look, right? So that's what happened. I took a loss on that. Now, for today's trades, so for today we had VVPR, we had MDGS, JE, SNMP, GME, and I think these Kodak, MRPS these were like midday runners, right? So I took a trade on SNMP, and basically, let me show you guys. It was like an inverse head and shoulder pattern that I took on that one. Where was that? So right here. Let me see if I can do a 2 minute. Okay, so right here, I was watching in pre-market. Came, pulled back. Formed a lower low, and then popped up some more and then pull back. Now, if you take a look at this pattern, this is inverse head and shoulder right here. This is the left shoulder, right? Left shoulder, the head, right shoulder, right? This, and I was watching it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to take this trade long because I was watching these patterns, and he came, washed out at the open. Buyer stepped in on the tape. As soon as I saw this popping up, I got long right there. And I think I got long at like the 130s, and then it popped up and got halted, and I was like, beautiful, because every time most stocks are heading to the upside and they halt, if they halt to the upside, a lot of times they open either open higher or they open and pop higher, and I just I was already in from like the 130s price, so I liked it. Okay, I anticipated that it was going to break this level right here, this hump. That would have completed the inverse head and shoulder, which is another one of my favorite patterns right there. So I got long, and then I scaled out, put my stop to break even, and then it came, halted, opened, came down, and I stopped out the rest. So that was that. Now, the big boy trade for today, the crown goes to VVPR. VVPR. Now, this stock, man, this stock was crazy. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can expand this for you guys so you can take a look. So this stock was crazy, right? So pretty much what happened was, I was watching this stock, right? I was watching it, and my plan was basically to long the washes. Like, at the open, it was gonna wash, and I was gonna try to long the wash, just to watch how the stock trades, watch the tape, read the tape, and then long the wash. And I kept watching it, right? As soon as it opened, it popped up a little bit. I just wasn't gonna chase this. I'm not gonna chase these pops. So I was just watching it for a little bit, and it got stuffed right there, close to the pre-market high, and then it fell, broke the 16 level, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna be watching this, right? It broke, it got bought up, and then the second time pull back, got bought up. So I kept watching the tape. On the tape, buyers kept stepping in around the 1550s, 1560s level. They just kept buying it, buying it. It'll somebody will try to push it down, and then buyers will step in, push it down. Buyers will step in, right? So I was like, okay, this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna watch this because it looks like their buyers are stepping up, right? This might form a nice washout long setup. So, it washed out, and I was like, once it comes right back to this 1560 level around here, I'm just gonna get long. So, came back, boom. As soon as it was coming back right here, I got long and scaled out on the spike, just boom. And when I did that, I scaled out, but I still kept some shares because this is all time highs right here. This 1730s, I believe that was the all time high. So I just knew that if it breaks the all time high, there's really nothing stopping the stock from going to at least 22s, right? Because it's going to be in price discovery. There's no overhead resistance, and it could go at least 2 points. So I just kept watching it, and then it pulled back. When it pulled back, I was gonna add on pullback, which is basically what happened. Pulled back. I was just watching, like, okay, let this thing pull back for some time, and as soon as it's coming back up, I'm gonna get long, and that's basically what I did. After scaling out right here, I had some shares in this average, and when it pulled back, I got long, added to my position, and then scaled out on the pop. Now I actually thought it was gonna pop to like the 20s and maybe 21, but it just came. It got stuffed over around this like 1930s level, and then pulled back. And then I was thinking, okay, well, it's gonna maybe form a rounding bottom and continue onwards, but no, came and then got stuffed, and I stopped out the rest. But it was a pretty nice trade. I made some decent gains on that. Okay, now another trade that I took on the stock. Well, actually, I didn't take this. I wanted to take it, but I wasn't at my desk. I had stuff to take, so I told everybody in chat. I was gonna be out in the morning. I had to go take care of personal stuff. But if I was sitting at my desk around this time, I would have definitely taken this trade. So you see this pattern right here? It's like an ABCD setup: higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, holding above moving averages. This pattern right here is beautiful. This is nice, sort of like a rounding bottom formation, like a series of lower highs, lower highs, and then stops at this level, forms this rounding bottom. And I was, if I was at my desk, I would have taken this right here. See this right there? Let's see. This pattern right here is beautiful. I would have gone long right here, like at this level. And let's see. Let's see if I can bring the volume up there. You see this right here? Look at the volume. Look at the volume around this break. This breakout right here. Look at the volume. Just boom, boom, boom. It picked up. Like, there was a lot of volume on that breakout. So if I was at my desk, I would have easily, gotten long right here and made some decent profits on this move. Like, this literally went from the 17 level all the way to 24. This is 7 points. It's ridiculous. 7 points right there on this break. Broke all-time highs. There's nothing stopping this. So, but there was a lot of games that was being played on the tape. Honestly, the only clean long setup was right here. This pattern right here. Like, throughout the day. Let me see. Let me take this volume off right there. Throughout the day, the only clean long setup was that pattern right there. Because they had it like this stock would like pop up and like it'll act like it's going to rip and then it'll flush. It wasn't like clean, especially like right here. There wasn't like a clean breakout. Because what you want to see on these breakouts, you want to see a clean move. Like, if it's gonna break out, it just breaks out, moves, pops up, maybe pulls back for a little bit, and then continues. But right here, it's just like it'll pop up like 20 cents and then get stuffed and then get bought up, and then you don't want to see that. There's a lot of games being played on the tape. And even to the short side, the same thing. A lot of guys that were shorted, they were complaining about it. It was just, it just didn't look right. I mean, look at all this chop right here. Look at this. If you were trying to trade this, you would have just gotten smoked right here. This chop, either you would have given back a lot of your profits from the morning, or you would have just lost money. Like right here, this chop. This is just choppy. I don't like trading stocks that look like this. That's not right. I don't like that. I like smooth trading stocks. If you're gonna break out, break out. If you're gonna break down, break down. Like you know, don't go up, come down, have these choppy fake outs. I'll go in and out. I don't like those type of stocks. But the cleanest breakout trade today, the cleanest long setup today was right here. This right here. So guys, like, sometimes you're like you'll find these patterns. If you don't see the pattern, just step back. Just maybe step back for a little bit and then come back. Give it some time, and a pattern will form, and you can take a trade off the pattern. Okay, so I trade patterns. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my go-to strategies. I mean, that's not my only strategy, but that's one of my go-to strategies, trading these bullish patterns. So you see them a lot of times. They form, especially if the stock has momentum, has a lot of volume. You see these patterns form. I mean, like right here, I would have taken this. I would have taken this right here. Look at this. I would have taken this break right here. Bam. I would have gone long right there. So, so that's that, man. That's it for this trade for this week. I actually wasn't able to trade the whole week. I was kind of in and out. I didn't trade. I don't think I traded yesterday. I had something emergency came up, so I couldn't. I wasn't in front of my desk. I couldn't trade. And I think I traded out. I did like half days throughout this week. I would trade like the open and then head out because I have a newborn, so I have to make sure that he's okay. And so that's it, guys. Feel free to subscribe to madassmoney.com. The link is in the description below. When you subscribe, I'm in chat all day. My name is Market Omega. Just feel free to look me up. You can send me messages. I post my trades, my ideas in chat. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. I post my ideas on Twitter as well. I talk about everything from stocks to cryptocurrencies, sports, and just general topics on life. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm always posting these midday recaps, and from the feedback that I got from people, they like when I post these recaps. They enjoy it. They get a lot of content, a lot of educational content from it. So, I'm going to keep posting these recaps because people, learn a lot from it. So feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, set the alerts so that, you get alerted every time I upload new content to my channel. And, once again, look me up on Twitter at Market Omega. Feel free to follow me. And also sign up to you can subscribe to madassmoney.com. The link is in the description below, and look me up. Market Omega in there. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for listening to my video, and I'll be back next week with another weekly recap. Talk to you soon.